my darlings, hope you're all doing well and staying safe out there. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me, Blush Lily. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at what's next. What's next in your love life, what's next in your career, and what's next when it comes to your spirituality. A quick reminder to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at today's options. So there are going to be 3 options for today's reading. This is option number 1 with pink quartz. Option number 2 with goldstone. And option number 3 with an amethyst. So see which crystal, which moon crescent you're mostly drawn to. Don't overthink it. Let your intuition do the talking. If you do need a bit more time to make your decision, pause the video, because we're going to go ahead and see what's next for option number 1. Option number 1, and welcome to your reading, darlings, if you were drawn to the pink quartz. So let's start with your love life. So what's next in your love life? And then we'll take a look at your career, and then we will take a look at your spiritual journey and the aspects of your spirituality. But for now, what's next in your love life? Good stuff. For quite a few of you guys, there's an energy of new beginning, an energy of meeting somebody new. However, I feel it's like quite a few of you guys are stuck in the idea that you think that you're not ready for a new relationship. Here, they're telling me, yeah, you are. With the Fool. But it's interesting because in this deck, the Fool is sitting down and she's looking at how she dropped the red feather, how she dropped her flower over here. And she's like, uh-oh, oh no, I dropped the ball. Can I carry on without it? And your spiritual team is coming through saying, yeah, you can, absolutely. So for those of you guys who are in this like kind of in-between period and you feel like you've been stuck when it comes to what's next in your love life, they're telling me it's a new beginning. But it's a new beginning if you kind of look up from this cliff. Because it's like this energy where you might be thinking, I need more healing, or nobody's kind of there. And they're saying like, well, no, you're ready. I wanted to say you're kind of ready, but no, like quite a few of you. There's a new person that wants to come through, a new experience, or a new experience with the person that you kind of might be in a situationship with. I'm actually planning to do a new Patreon video that's going to be focusing on like, why did this person come into my life? And I think quite a few of you are like, what the hell is going on? Are we together? Are we not together? Are we going to be together? But for quite a few of you guys, there's like an energy of fresh air, a wind of change. Especially for those of you who have been single for a very, very long time. And you've been doing healing and you're like, all right, Blush Lily, I've been doing so much healing. I've been doing this and I've been doing that. And I've listened to about 1,000,001 pick a card readings on love. But they're saying like, you still need to take some action over here. And it's just like this energy that you're ready. So let's take a look a little bit more. What's next for you in love? For quite a few of you guys, it's leveling up. It's coming back out of this hermit mode. I think quite a few of you, maybe you kind of were under the impression that the universe was sort of against you. You kind of were under the impression that maybe some of you thought that you were cursed. Or some of you thought that like your love life was just like not worth reviving. And you went into the hermit mode and you like had this realization that it isn't over, that it's going to be different. It has to be different to what you're used to. Because obviously the route that you've taken before, it wasn't working for you. So it's a bit like, a bit of a timeout that you had. Like there's a realization that comes through that's going to be able to give that boost to the full energies. For some of you guys could be using a Virgo, you guys could be a Virgo. Gemini energy is coming through very strongly. Yeah. For others of you, it's like if you are in a triangle at this particular moment, or a third party situation, or sort of like in between. I keep hearing like in between worlds, in between relationships. They're telling me that there is going to be like some sort of decision, some sort of breakthrough. Like there is going to be forward movement. If you're liking one person and they are deciding between you and the other person, and you're kind of waiting over here, they're telling me that they're going to choose you. They are going to be choosing you. Alright, let me see what else. Oof, oof, oof. What is this? Oh, the past. The past wants to come back. No, guys, look at this. They're like, it's time to go into the reality, because reality is better than the dreams and the memories. It's better. And there's this energy of romance that really wants to come through. A real romance, not with an imaginary person, not with somebody from the past, but a real romance with real feelings, real people. Because your spiritual team is coming through and saying it's time for you to make new memories. Because the old memories, they're standing in the way. The old memories, like sometimes when, we remember things not necessarily the way that they happened. It's just the way that our brain works. Sometimes it makes it worse, sometimes it makes it better. But they're saying it's time for you to make new memories. It's time for you to it's like, you're sitting in a cinema and you keep watching the same thing over and over again. But here for you, option number 1, they're saying it's time for a new reality. Because you've been daydreaming about something or someone, and they're saying like this romance is coming through. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, option number 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at your career. What's next when we're talking about your career? What's next in your career? Yep, time to say goodbye. Time to say goodbye, time to pack your bags and move on. It is a bit of a bittersweet energy here with the 8 of Cups. It's the energy of like, you know what, this is so familiar, but it's just not fulfilling anymore. Like, you guys are going to be honest with yourselves. You're like, it's just not fulfilling anymore. It's like, you got very comfortable where you are. And you might have like been stuck in a routine. For some of you, I see maybe like you're in a place where it doesn't matter how hard you work, you don't seem to get the recognition that you feel that you desire or that you deserve. And they're saying that, for you to feel the way that you want to feel when it comes to your career, it's time to move on. For quite a few of you, I'm seeing that you guys are going to be changing not only jobs, but careers. And for some of you, it could be quite drastic. Yeah, you're finding your calling over here. Wow, okay. Some of you guys are taking a time out. Some of you guys are taking a time out to maybe travel, to maybe work somewhere abroad, or to work over the internet. Some of you guys, you're like deciding that it's time to study, or you guys are teachers yourselves, yeah? And you're going abroad to study, you're waiting for the visa, you're waiting for the documents to come through, you're waiting for somebody to give you, an answer when it comes to your application. Here, there's like 2 major arcanas, very positive cards. They're telling me that it's a big yes. So for some of you, there's a relocation when it comes to your work. For others of you, you're taking a time out. Maybe you're taking like a gap year. It's called a gap year, isn't it? Yeah, gap year, leap year. You're taking some time out to learn something, because there's this energy of getting a lot of knowledge with an owl over here. And this knowledge just sort of revives your career. It helps you take a look at things from a different perspective. I don't know, for quite a few of you, I'm getting like this energy of teaching, energy of maybe being a nurse. If some of you guys are over here watching and you are somebody who's into tarot and things like this, yeah, they're also telling me like you're going to have another perspective on what it is that you do. It's like maybe leveling up, maybe doing more in-depth readings. There's something about gaining depth when it comes to your career, gaining meaning. Having accumulated enough knowledge, having accumulated enough experience to take it to the next level. For others of you guys, there's an energy of finding your life purpose, finding your meaning, finding where it is that you truly want to be when it comes to your career, what it is that you truly want to do. And, my dears, another thing that I want to mention over here, that if you are somebody on social media and if you are somebody who is interested in attracting a large audience, they're showing me growth. They're showing me something about leveling up. They're showing me something about maybe using better equipment, recording equipment, maybe, different themes. There's something about, making necessary improvements from the traditional way of presenting something, from the traditional way of doing something, from like something that's kind of became like stale, changing it, sort of like sprucing it up, rather, not springing it up, sprucing it up. And attracting more people that way with the world. Now, another thing that I want to mention over here, because I'm like hearing somebody singing, hearing somebody, there's getting out of your comfort zone, getting out from somebody's shadow when it comes to your work. And I'm hearing that it's like being seen, becoming popular. And this is especially for those of you who are into like singing, dancing, composing. And I am seeing a few writers over here. And yeah, if you have like your social media following has been a bit stagnant, they're showing me like it's growing because you would have tried something new, because you would have tried something different. Let me see what else when it comes to your career. Yeah, the answers you need are coming. So for sure, you guys, there's this energy where if you applied for something, if you applied for a job, if you are waiting for somebody to give you like a feedback on your interview or like to give you an answer, they're saying that the answers that you need are absolutely coming with this energy of Gemini. Gemini are all about communication. So you guys could be Gemini as well, right? So they're telling me like it's a very short period over here because Geminis are air. Air is very much about the intellectual energy, which is associated with swords and tarot. And swords are a fast moving energy. So for some of you, it could be days, weeks, but no longer than a month over here, right? And this is a timeless pick a card reading. But I do see it, yeah, it's no longer than a month over here that the answers that you need are coming. Looking at the bigger picture, planning ahead. Yeah, and this is what the world energy is all about as well. Being able to plan ahead, being able to get to where you're going, maybe not necessarily straight away, but through, I don't know, they're telling me like a pit stop. So maybe if you guys have been thinking about relocating, they're saying it's going to be happening first that you study somewhere and then you go there, or you get your visa, you work first at one place and then you go to another place. For quite a few of you, there's this energy that you know where you want to be, you know where you want to go, but you don't necessarily know the way, or the traditional way hasn't been working. It's a very similar energy with your love life. But you guys are ready for this energy. You guys are ready for this change. Some of you guys could be Sagittarius over here. Looking at the bigger picture. Nice. Alright, lovely option number 1. I don't know why I wanted to call you option number 2. Let's take a look at your spirituality. What's going to be happening when it comes to your spiritual journey? So keep hearing expansion. Let's see. You guys expanding? What's next when it comes to your spirituality? Option number 3. Option number 3. What is wrong with me? Guys, have you decided to watch all options? Because I'm hearing like option number 1, option number 2, option number 3. Maybe you guys need to hear all of the options. I don't know. Anyways, option number 1. Let's take a look at what's next when it comes to your spirituality. Wisdom. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's this energy, like I keep saying, in both when it comes to your career, when it comes to love, it's getting the answers that you need. It's being able to go deeper. Quite a few of you guys, you're very interested in psychology. You're very interested in, like, I'm hearing parallel universes for quite a few of you. This is very interesting. A lot of you are connected to Atlantis. A lot of you guys are connected to water over here. You might be living next to the ocean or wanting to live next to the ocean. And what they're telling me is very much about diving deep, right? And discovering your own treasures. It's like this energy where, you know, where you thought there was a lot of darkness and where you thought there was nothing, there was no potential, you discover those new aspects of you. It's almost like, you know, when you go down into the ocean and it becomes really dark and scary, but then you start seeing something that kind of gives off light. And it's kind of like, it becomes very magical because you enter this place that you haven't entered before, and you realize that there's a lot to you in places where you never thought to look before. And I'm talking about talents, I'm talking about knowledge. For some of you guys, you might have been thinking on maybe doing some ancestral healing, and I'm hearing DNA activation for some of you. Because our DNA carries a lot of information, but we don't always have access to it. And it looks like when it comes to your spirituality, option number 1 over here, you are going to be diving very, very deep. Right, yeah, and it's like putting in the work, putting in the dedication with patience. Finally getting those results. I feel like you guys, it's not that you're patient, but when you want to be, you really can be. And here there's this energy, that this wisdom that you're going to be getting when it comes to your spiritual work, it's going to be absolutely worth the wait. Because once again, you see we have the sea over here, and this is like basically the bottom of the ocean, right? I think it's like you get the information, the treasures, the energies that you need, and then you're able to rise back up, and then you've got the wings that you need to fly. And once again, it's very much about maybe wanting or needing to be in a different place. In a place of love. They're telling me that you're going to realize that something that you've been looking for in another person, you're going to find in you. And funny enough, that's going to be able to help you open up to love. This has a lot to do with self-love, and this has a lot to do with allowing people to love you. Because for quite a few of you guys, I'm seeing that you're very sensitive and you have like a lot of issues with yourself. Like you give yourself a very hard time. And a lot of you have been wondering, like very deep down, like there's this energy of an inner child that didn't receive enough love, and that was always wondering, why would somebody love me? Just for me. And it could be consciously that you've been telling yourself that, you know, I am lovable, I am enough, but subconscious is like a different story. And here it's so important because there is a breakthrough that's going to be able to shush that inner critic that's been telling you that, you know, why would somebody love you, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, shush. See, like I have so much within me that's lovable, outside and inside. And your inner critic is going to be like, all right, can't argue with that. So I oversimplified it, of course, but you know, you get the gist. Let's see what else is coming through when it comes to your spiritual journey. What's next when it comes to spirituality? What's next? when it comes to spirituality, the sixth house, good stuff, guys. Establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. All right, so you guys are going to be integrating your spirituality and practicality, which is a brilliant thing to do, right? It means that you're going to be grounded, yeah, and it also means that you're going to retain that contact with your spiritual self through that wisdom. So I think for some of you guys, I'm hearing shamanic stuff because they're showing me the lower world, the middle world, and the upper world, which is of course parts of our psyche. And they are telling me that some of you guys are going to be diving deep into psychology, yeah, into your unconscious, into your beliefs, in your dreams, yeah, and you are going to be using this information, using the knowledge that you're going to get to incorporate it into your everyday life, to improve your health, right, to improve your daily life, to establish that foundation that's completely yours. Nice. I'm proud of you. Option number one. Honestly, no? Because I can see that you've done so much work, and I can completely understand how hard this work is. And we have the third house. Look at this. The sixth house and the third house, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication, right? So you guys are going to be able to start communicating with yourself better, in a sense that you're going to get that connection with your body, right? Because our body connects us to the now. Our mind can take us to all sorts of places, yeah, to fantasies, but our body connects us to the now. And it looks like at some point in time, you guys lost the connection to your body, lost the connection to your desires, to how you feel. You might have been trying to push yourself too hard or being too overcritical and unrealistic when it comes to expectations of your body. And unfortunately, it's a very common thing when it comes to this toxic spirituality that a lot of people tend to be in this particular moment, where they start like pushing their body to not feel tired, to not feel like it's afraid or anything like this, because they're told that they can be the superhuman. But no, it looks like you guys are coming back to yourself, where you're realizing that you do have certain limitations because you're a human being. Like you can't not get your sleep, or you can't overwork yourself and not like feel tired the next day or the next day. You can't like put yourself in the deficit of like nutrients or withdraw from people completely and not feel the aftermath of it. So it's a very good energy where spirituality, instead of taking you away from yourself into like some fantasy land, it's bringing you back to life with love and affection and attention that you desire. Option number one. You guys are fantastic, and I want to thank you for watching this reading. Don't forget to claim the energy of this reading down in the comments below by saying I claim it, or resonated, or whatever else you guys want to write. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button, the bell icon, so you don't miss any of my other upcoming videos. If you guys feel you would benefit from a personal read, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below the video, together with a link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. My darlings, take care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number two. Hi and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the gold stone, let's take a look at what's next. So we're going to be taking a look at your love life first and finding out what's next in your love life. In romance. Let's see what's next. This is a timeless reading, yeah guys? So bear that in mind. Okay, so there is going to be a realization I'm seeing over here, guys. There's somebody they're telling me that you've put up on the pedestal. Somebody you've put up on the pedestal, and you're gonna realize that this person is nowhere near as good, as kind, and as everything else as you've imagined them to be. There's an energy that, you know, you might have missed a few things. You might have missed a few red flags. And for some of you, it's a relationship that ended a very long time ago, but you're kind of revisiting it to get your closure. For some of you, you might have had like a separation that was quite difficult, or you got very disappointed in men or women, in relationships, in love, in all sorts of things. And they're telling me you're revisiting this energy from a different perspective. Why? It's very interesting. They're telling me that there is a lot of healing when it comes to your love life, because it is time to level up. A lot of you guys, there's a similar energy to option number 1. So they're telling me that it's time for you to start building a family. It's time for you to be in love. It's time for you to be loved. But there's something that I don't know, there's this energy that you might have missed something in a previous relationship, or you saw something differently, and they want you to revisit it from a different perspective. And I think your spiritual team and your ancestors, they're kind of going to be giving you a different perspective, because they want you to climb up this ladder, and they want you to take a look at this situation from a different perspective, right? Because they want you to get rid of this feeling of emptiness. They want you to get rid of this empty disappointment. It's just like they're telling me hollow. Like my chest feels hollow. And if it doesn't feel hollow, it feels like something is tugging at my heart. And I can't seem to find like somebody to love or to love me back, you know. And I kind of, when I go for somebody, it just doesn't work. So they're like, this is because you subconsciously were drawn to people who are toxic, or people who weren't enough for you. And they're telling me that here you have this emperor person. It could be male or female, strong Aries vibe, that is coming, and this is a completely different type of relationship. This is the person that you're going to end up having babies with if you want babies. This is the person who's going to completely change your perception on love. But it's like they're telling me that there's just like not all the tears over here have been cried out. And it's not for another person, it's for you. A lot of you guys have been feeling guilt or remorse over certain relationships. And your spiritual team is like, no, baby, no. Climb up. Take a look at the different perspective, like from this completely new perspective. Take a look that there was nothing wrong with you. That the guy or the girl, they just couldn't give you what you wanted. Their road, it wasn't the same as yours. Their understanding of life wasn't the same as yours. It wasn't that you lost anything, you gained this experience. So it's kind of like you guys are going to be taking a look at your love life, at your relationship story or history from a completely different perspective, because your spiritual team, they're saying, listen, it's time for you to become a star. It's time for you to like star in a different movie, I hear, yeah? To be in a completely different relationship, where you're loved, respected, and so on and so forth. But if you go into this relationship feeling that there's something wrong with you, or you're not enough, or if you don't do something, then this person will walk away, they're saying it's not going to work. So here they're like, let's do the necessary healing. Let yourself see things from a different perspective. So, my darling, option number 2, if you lost all hope, you're about to find it again. Let's see what else is coming through. Yeah. Because there's this energy where you guys have been brought down. Like somebody was bringing you down also when it comes to your looks, when it comes to your body. Like somebody's been telling you all sorts of horrible stuff about your face, your teeth, your smile, your I don't know, your boobs, your arms. And it's like, they're like, no. Your spiritual team is like, no, don't you see how beautiful you are? Don't you see how handsome you are? And you guys are going to like wipe your tears away internally and externally. And you're gonna realize how many people you turn on just with your energy, just by being you. How many people want to get to know you here with the energy of flirting? How many people would want to like have you here and now? A lot of you guys have lost connection with your sexuality and sensuality. You might see it as something that may be causing you trouble or something that you're ashamed of. But you're once again, you're leveling up, you're stepping up, you're accepting it. And you discovered this flirtatious side to you, where you don't question yourself, where you just go for it. Where you just go for it. And self-love, exactly. Guys, this is so beautiful. This is so fantastic. Look at you blossoming and blooming. People are gonna be like, is this a new highlighter? Or like, what's wrong with you? What's up with you? And you be like, nothing, I'm just glowing from the inside. Because you're gonna feel like you haven't missed anything. This is exactly what I've been telling you guys. Where you mature, you level up, and you take a look at your regrets, at your mistakes, from a completely different point of view. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody goes through life without messing up once, twice, or I don't know how many more times. I know I for sure messed up so many times, but you know, this is about forgiving yourself, maturing, forgiving yourself, picking yourself back up, and realizing it's not lost. So when it comes to love, this is what I see for you. Lovely option number 2. Now, why don't we go ahead and find out what's next when it comes to your career, prosperity, abundance, hobbies, school, education, trainings, all sorts of things. Get some of you guys over here are very business oriented, because the energy of the goldstone, it has a lot to do with being able to work with the material energies of the earth, like the pentacles. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. What's next when it comes to your career? Yeah, look at this, recognition. Nice. Recognition. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Right? So there's this energy of recognition, there's this energy of victory, and you guys getting more attention. So this is especially for those of you who are want to be in the public eye, meant to be in the public eye. This is talking about public speaking. This is talking about those of you guys who have YouTube, TikToks, Insta accounts, right? And you guys have been like looking for a following. There's this energy that if you, my darlings, have been feeling that some relationships at work have been tense, or you guys have been battling it out for something, or maybe you've been waiting for like the decision on a contract, or like some sort of like, are they going to go with your company? Are they going to go with a competitor? Basically, what I want to say over here is that you are winning. The energy of the Six of Wands, when it comes upright, this is you are winning. For quite a few of you, it's thanks to your witty thinking, thanks to your thinking outside the box, right? Here I'm also hearing that the justice is going to prevail. The energy of karma, the energy of law and effect, yeah? It's this vibe where your spiritual team and the universe helps you, right? And you get your attention and you get your recognition. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Option number 2, you're bringing it. There's a very strong breakthrough over here, right? The Wheel of Fortune has everything to do with fate. Now, I know this is a timeless reading, but I want to give you a time frame over here, guys. Within the next, for some of you, 7 to 10 weeks, there's going to be this energy of winning. For some of you guys, it's up to 10 months, but here we're talking 10 months, we're talking something big scale, right? For quite a few of you, there's an indication of promotion, leveling up big time. So fighting your competitors. For those of you guys who have exams coming up, there's an energy of being at the top of the class, passing your exams for sure, being able to move further. Maybe for some of you guys, you're going to be choosing to do PhD or masters. Yeah, or there's some sort of energy when it comes to training. Another thing that is coming through over here, guys, is hard work paying off. This is what they're telling me. Hard work paying off for sure, because there's an energy of increase when it comes to your pentacles, and they're telling me that somebody is going to give you some very good advice when it comes to investing into something. So I don't know if you guys do cryptocurrency or things like this, and of course be very careful who you trust, because there's loads of like stories and instances of people being scammed. But they're also telling me, yeah, that you are going to have an opportunity and advice from somebody who's going to be able to give you some very sound investment advice. But I keep saying, double check everything, right? Let me see what else is coming up next. What's next when it comes to your career and finances? But there's just this energy, guys. It's beautiful. It's like the energy of picking up. The energy is picking up. Like the growth is like, they're showing me the chart, and they're showing me like the chart is going up. You're going to be able to prove your point. If you guys, because now they're showing me somebody who has to kind of present something and defend their perspective. They're like, like there's 2 tenders maybe, or 2 business proposals, or even maybe 3, and like you guys, you just win. There's this energy of winning, and they're like, all right, we're going to go with you. And not only are you going to get a big fat bonus because of this, but it's this energy of you leveling up, more doors opening up to you, more credibility. That's another thing that's coming through. Nice, guys. I think you've been working a lot on this, because a lot of preparation went into this. Let's see what's next when it comes to your career. What else is coming through? Yeah, I mean, wow. You guys are so close to achieving your goal. So close to achieving your goal. And this is a very similar energy. So they're like, keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize, because you're incredibly close to achieving your goal. If, for some of you guys, you are somebody who are working for yourself, another thing that's coming through over here is like you're going to overcome a lot of your competition, a lot of your competitors. Like you guys are going to come up with something that's kind of exclusive, new. Like you're going to have this original idea. And I think a lot of you have a meaning. You have like a meaning, you have a reason for doing something. Because they're telling me it's not just for the money that you do it, it's something else with this lotus. They're telling me it might have like a spiritual thing for you, a spiritual meaning. Fantastic. So when it comes to the card of it's time for healing, what they're showing me is that like maybe somebody over here, maybe you lost your job lately, right? Or maybe you kind of lost a contract or something like this, but they're telling me it's time for healing about when it comes to your financial situation, when it comes to your self-esteem as well, my dears. Because because quite a few of you felt like you couldn't present, or you might have had like social anxiety, or you might have issues when it comes to public speaking, and there's this energy where you heal the issues that caused you to feel that way, the issues that caused you to feel that you couldn't achieve something or to break that glass ceiling. Because you guys, like, there's the sound of glass shattering, and they're telling me that no, you're gonna break the ceiling. It's time to go higher and believe in the impossible. For quite a few of you guys, it will, together with the energies of the Wheel of Fortune, it will feel like a miracle. It will feel like the heavens opened up and just this opportunity came out of nowhere, right? It will pay off in a way that you didn't expect. Like, your hard work will pay off in a way that you didn't expect. And it's saying, believe in the impossible. Because quite a few of you, you've lost this hope. You lost the hope when it comes to your love. You lost the hope when it comes to a lot of things, really. Some of you guys over here, you might have like this energy of anxiety, loads of fears, loads of things that you worry about. Also, when it comes to what's going on outside of you in the world, they're saying that don't worry, you're protected. You're absolutely protected. Believe in the impossible. You're very close to achieving your goal over here. One more card. For when it comes to your career, what's next in your career? And then we'll take a look at what's next when it comes to your spirituality. Yes, surrender to the divine. So a lot of you guys are going to be experiencing what it feels like to surrender, what it feels like to be in the flow, where you're just kind of like, you know, going up and down and up and down. When it comes to your emotions, when it comes to the energies, and you're like, you know what, damn, I'm like not even in control of this anymore. And your spiritual team is coming through and saying, yeah, it's time for you to see what it feels like to trust in the divine, to surrender to the divine, and to start believing in miracles. Because something that, like, I feel like for you, option number 2, you tend to want to control a lot of things. And what's next when it comes to your career is going to teach you how to let go of this control sometimes. And it's gonna feel a bit scary, but amazing. Alright, option number 2. Let's take a look at what's next for you when it comes to spirituality. So excited for you. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what's next when it comes to your spirituality. Option number 2. Your spiritual journey. Let's see what the oracle cards are going to say. Alright, what's next? Option number 2. Nice, yeah, release. Look at this. So for you guys, even though this is a timeless pick a card reading, for you, autumn might be very important. Autumn, ginger. Some of you guys could be ginger yourselves. Or you're working with something that has to do with, like, I don't know, it has gold color, or like autumn leaves, or maybe some of you guys want to go to Canada, or you guys are from Canada. They're showing me a maple leaf over here, but they're telling me it's time for a lot of things to be released. Because it felt heavy. It felt really heavy, and now they're saying it's something for you need to feel lighter. When it comes to your spirituality, they're giving me the energy of slowing down. Because you're working on letting go of all of those leaves. Yeah. A lot of things are going to be becoming more apparent. A lot of things are going to be, it's like, you know, those flashes of realization. This is what they're telling me. You will end up having a lot of realizations with this energy of illumination. There will be times when you will withdraw to the nature. And they're telling me, for one reason or another, October is important. October, November is important when it comes to your spirituality. And I know this is a timeless pick a card reading, but they're saying time is not really important. It's like your internal cycles over here. It will feel like it's autumn and then kind of like early winter within you, because it's time to release those old leaves. It's time to release something, and it's time to embrace this energy of kind of being in between the worlds, realizing illuminations. Because yeah, look at this. You guys are dealing with a lack energy. This is exactly what I was picking up when I was reading what's next when it comes to your career and your abundance. Because this is spring. This is the energy of spring. You guys are going to be releasing control. A lot of you trying to control and trying to worry, trying to overthink. Well, I guess you don't try to overthink. You try not to overthink, but you know what I'm saying. Trying to predict every possible outcome and have a solution for it. And they're saying that no, this is not what leads you to abundance. You will be shown a different way to be led to the abundance when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to your career, and when it comes to love as well. Because you guys might have grown up thinking that there wasn't enough. And here the universe wants you to take a look that you don't have to hold on to something that's old and something that you don't need anymore because you think that there's nothing else that's coming. They're saying no, there's abundance. There's something about you and trees, guys. I feel you could be feeling very good when you guys are in the forest or among trees, because they're showing me, or gardening even, because they're showing me you walking among the trees, maybe like putting your hands on the trees, putting your hands on the bark of the tree, charging your energy, walking barefoot, getting grounded. It has a lot to do with nature, it has a lot to do with trees. It has a lot to do with learning how to release, how to let go. Like the tree's still there. The leaves fall off, but the trees are still there. And some of you are like, well, I'm a Christmas tree. No leaves are falling off of me. But they're saying, no, darling. You need your renewal. You need to let go of your leaves. You're not a Christmas tree. You're another beautiful tree. And you're coming into your personal power. You will find power. Some of you guys have been repressing your anger a lot. Option number 2. And you will find power in your anger by working through your anger. You've been spending a lot of energy by trying to repress the anger that's been building up within you, because you saw it as something that's a shadow aspect. You saw it as something that might make you unwanted and undesired and so on and so forth. And they're saying that you will realize that the truth is that you're incredibly powerful. And you are going to be honest and truthful with yourself, and that once again is going to give you the power. It's something that's going to make you feel like, you know, you have this extra fuel within you. That you have the energy, that you have the motivation, the inspiration. By dealing with that repressed anger, by dealing with that repressed maybe regret and remorse and guilt and all sorts of things. And once you release this idea that there isn't enough for you, or that you missed your chances, or it can't be too good because it's like really scary when life goes so well, you're gonna find your power within your beautiful self. Alright, lovely. Option number 2. Don't forget to claim the magic of this reading in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Like, share and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you don't miss out any of the other upcoming videos. If you guys are interested in a personal read, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So it's the link to my Patreon page, with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. Alright, my darlings, take care of your amazing selves now. Bye. Option number 3, if you were drawn to the amethyst crystal, hi and welcome to your reading. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's next. We're going to be starting off with tarot, and we're going to be taking a look at what's next when it comes to your love life. Love, romance, relationships, situationships. And straight away they're telling me going on a date. Going on a date. Having a crush. Alright, so this is not about falling in love. This is not about marrying somebody just yet. But this is a very good start. Right? Especially for those of you guys who have sort of been... Because I'm seeing for... Right, hold on a second. They're showing me a lot of people and they're showing me somebody very excited. Okay, so if you guys have had a crush on somebody at work, if you guys have had a crush on somebody at uni, or in a place where you live, like a residential, I don't know, block of flats, or a neighbor, they want you to know that they have a crush on you too. So there's this energy of you guys going on a date soon. Or somebody confessing their feelings to you, because you might have a secret admirer over here. You know when somebody's so cute and pretty and charming and they don't even know it? That's you, option number 3. Or you decided that, you don't want to be in the dating game anymore. If you guys are married or taken, this is an indication of a very romantic part of your life with your partner. It's like renewing your feelings. For some of you, it's renewing your vows. But if you guys are single, and if you guys are crushing on somebody, this is a very good indication that they are doing the same thing. All right? If you guys don't know who or what I'm talking about, there's an energy of secret admirer. There's an energy of somebody who's been checking you out on social media, thinking, how do I approach her or him? How do I make it not so obvious, but also so that she or he understands that I'm interested? For some of you guys might be getting an accidental text. And for some of you, yeah, there's somebody from a past that wants to come through. But I'm talking about the past for people who are not, who haven't been in toxic relationships, okay? So if you've been in a toxic relationship, the past thing is not for you guys. Because here they're giving me a sweet energy. For some of you, maybe it's somebody who it has sort of kind of started to work out, but it didn't. Or maybe a friend who kind of had feelings for you, or you had feelings, but it didn't work in the past. They're showing me an energy that makes a full circle and comes back around. There's something about the timing being right over here. There's something about divine timing. And they are showing me you getting ready for a date, having butterflies in your tummy. Doesn't matter how old you are. Literally, there's so much excitement over here, and you're like, all right, what do I wear? What do I say? I'm like, oh my god, does this look good? Oh my god, you know what I mean? You're so adorable in this energy. Beautiful. All right, let me see what else. And it's a surprise. It's the energy of surprise. So it's like somebody surprising you. And especially that, guys, if you are in a long distance relationship, it looks like your partner is going to surprise you by either coming to you or sending something, or I don't know, it's the energy of such a pleasant surprise. For some of you, I'm seeing you guys holding a big bunch of beautiful flowers and something that's handmade. Something that's handmade that's either white, red, or purple. Yeah, for quite a few of you guys, look at this. It's the energy of maybe working together with this person. For some of you guys, you're going to be surprised by dressing up really sexy. If you guys in a relationship, there's this energy of maybe role playing. And if you guys are in a situationship, there's this energy where you're going to be getting a lot of compliments. There's something about, see, we have the red over here. So it could even be that some of you ladies out there, you're going to feel very sensual. You're going to be drawn to like red lacy underwear, maybe. You know, you're going to be in the mood. And that's going to kind of show, right? Not your underwear, but you know what I mean, the mood, the energy. And people are going to be drawn to you. People are going to be like, damn. Nice. Option number 3. Some of you guys are getting a revenge body. This is very interesting. You guys are getting a revenge body, or you guys are trying to see how somebody feels towards you. But let me try and phrase this correctly. It could be that you guys have a crush on somebody, and maybe it has worked out or it hasn't worked out, but the way that you're gonna be dressing, the way that you're gonna be feeling, like this person, they're gonna regret, maybe, I wouldn't say mistreating you, but maybe like not calling you back straight away, or there's something along those lines. And maybe somebody, for quite a few of you, it could be like the energy of somebody who was shy to talk to you. Because here, like, we have Mr. Fear, right? And there's you waiting like, oh, come on. Will you text me? Will you already invite me? Will you let me know? And the guy or the girl over here, they're like, I can't. I'm like bound by fear. Like, what's going on? But you with your energy, you with your like pheromones, you with your beauty and charm and charisma and handsomeness, it's like they're not going to be able to resist you, guys. They're not going to be able to resist you. It's just overall energy of you being irresistible over here. And there's so many options opening up for you. Single, taken, relationship, situationships, whatever it is, you are drawing people in. And you are being excited, you're feeling alive, you're feeling like things are progressing. Okay. Let me see what else is next for you when it comes to your love life. Option number 3. What's next? In love. Yeah, it's kind of like a game that you guys are playing with somebody. Honestly, it's like who gets the control of who. But it doesn't have like a very negative energy. It's like, you know what I mean, who's going to call first, or who's going to give in first, or who, you know what I mean? It's like this kind of like sexual energy with flirting. Some of you guys might be trying to control somebody with the way that you look, like control their desire, if you will. Okay. And for some of you, when it comes to what's next in love, guys, they're showing me conception. Conception, and for a few of you, if you are seeing or like dating somebody who has a child, meeting that child. And this is a general reading, yeah? But look, it's all about passion over here. It's all about sensuality, all about sexuality, all about heat, all about like intimacy. And the energy of getting out of playing games. So maybe if you felt like somebody was playing games with you, or you were playing games, it's more about like cutting out the middleman, cutting out people who might have gossiped about you or the other person. And it's shutting out the inner critic, shutting out this inner voice that might be telling you that, you know, they might not like you or they might not want to. It's almost like you want the other person to make the first move, and they want you to make the first move, and it's kind of like this power struggle, that cat and mouse game. but ultimately it ends in you in each other's arms. Okay. Option number 3. Interesting. Let's take a look at what's next when it comes to your career. Because it got very hot over here when we were talking about your love life, or your sex life rather. Let's see what's next when it comes to your career. Option number 3. Good. Here it's all very steady. Here it's either that you guys are working from home, either that you guys are working a lot over the internet. There's an energy of doing a lot of Skype calls, Zoom meetings, having to do a lot of research. Yeah, but they are showing me a lot of comfort. They are showing me a lot of energy when it comes to good communication, right? So between colleagues, between superiors, between partners, there's this energy of having to communicate a lot, either via calls, yeah, either via Skype, Zoom, or emails, but mostly it's via Skype that they're showing me over here, right? If you guys are freelancers, if you guys have something like a side hustle, they're showing me that there is going to be stable growth. If, my darlings, you are somebody who is creative and you create things such as jewelry, videos, I don't know, you're somebody who's a nail technician, somebody who's a beautician, they're showing me that you guys are going to start being even more creative. There's something about a block being lifted, right? A creator's block, a writer's block, singer's block, whatever block there was, they're showing me that, you know, you're kind of like pouring it out, right? Because you have something new that you can fill your cup with over here. You have some new ideas, and you are going to be putting them to the test. So there's this energy, a bit of a Sagittarius energy that's coming through with the Temperance, where you might be mixing and matching things, right? Because again, wands have a lot to do with fire and passion, yeah? And of course, the cups has everything to do with emotions and creativity when it comes to water. So it's kind of like creating that perfect mix. Quite a few of you guys are going to be faced with an important decision. Do you stay or do you go? Do you stay with your team and in your department, or is it time to try out something new? Quite a few of you are going to be sent away on a business trip, or you might end up having to maybe travel. It doesn't have to be a very long travel, but it could be they're showing me hotels, they're showing me car, they're showing me trying out different locations, maybe looking for a location for an office. Some of you guys could be into design, interior design, and they are showing me that you're going to be traveling to your clients to see what's what. Some of you guys could have something to do with moving. I don't know, relocation, moving, helping people move. But you will be creating plans. I'm seeing a lot of you are writing something down. Like some of you guys could be engineers. I don't know why they keep showing me like, you know, home, or maybe you're like 3D engineers, 3D designers, where they're showing me a lot of numbers and like the sizes of the windows, the doors, color schemes, all sorts of things. For some of you, there's this energy that you guys are going to make a decision to walk away from a business partner or a partner. This is vibe, but the thing is, it's not going to affect you a lot. They're telling me that one of the options, maybe they're not going to play out, like somebody's going to back out. So be careful when it comes to maybe investing in something. Your intuition will tell you that maybe it's not the right time to invest in something or to work with somebody over here. Option number 3. because they're telling me somebody's going to walk away. Like it could be a friend or somebody who might get over emotional over something. They might walk away and maybe kind of leave you in like this difficult situation with the Ten of Swords. But it's something that needed to happen. It's something that needs to happen. And again, they keep showing me like the four, like you have a lot of savings, you have a lot of security, you have this this energy of a safety net. So it has a lot to do with stability over here, apart from this incident, but this is not for all of you, this is only for some of you. And see what else is coming through. Yeah, look at this, a new start is coming. For some of you guys, there's an energy that you're going to decide that it's time to move on with this Two of Wands. But this is so good. Even though there's a new energy, a new start that's coming, I feel a lot of you guys are feeling quite calm and collected. Go you guys. It's just something about your confidence in what's going on. Just you knowing that you're going to make it. Yeah, and maybe it's this energy where a personal issue has been impacting your choice. Maybe somebody who is over here is choosing whether to go and stay in one office or relocate to another office. Maybe the person that you're interested in is thinking, do I move to this office or do I go away from this office? Does that make sense? Because they're showing me intertwining the stories of romance and the stories of work. But a new start definitely is coming for you guys because there's some sort of resolution. For some of you, it's a resolution that you might not necessarily like. But you'll appreciate it in the long run, they're telling me. And you will have to make a decision over here with meditate and contemplate. But to be honest with you guys, I'm seeing some very mature individuals here with option number 3. And you guys are very intuitive, and to be honest with you, the whole backstabbing story or pulling out, you sort of kind of expected it. So it's not going to cause you that much trouble or that much trouble to get out of it, because I think you're going to have that safety net, or like maybe a deposit that they will still have to pay, or like a backup plan. Because you guys here are, you're very smart. You're like one step ahead. Okay, very interesting. So now let's take a look at your spiritual journey. What's next when it comes to your spirituality? Option number 3. What does your spiritual team want you to know when it comes to what's next in your spiritual journey, or on your spiritual journey rather? Nice, yeah, purity. A beautiful energy of you guys channeling that inner wolf within you, channeling that inner purity, detoxing, like a spiritual detox. I think you guys are going to let go of a lot of feelings, a lot of hard feelings you had towards someone. You're seeing things from 2 perspectives. You guys are somebody who's able to see things from 2 perspectives. They're giving me an energy of somebody who's a mediator. And you will see like your intentions. There's something about your intentions being pure. Yeah, it's getting out of the energy of being cold internally, of feeling the internal cold. There's this energy of your heart being melted, guys, with the birds and the blessings. I mean, these are so different to each other. Here we have this cold, harsh winter with like howling wind, and maybe you having to feel alone or be alone. but still following your internal instincts, still following your calling. And they're telling me like you will come into the energy where you will start seeing the blessings, where this energy of spring and summer is coming through. And I don't like to say things like this, but it's almost like the universe is going to reward you for a lot of things. And the reason why I don't like saying it is because it's kind of like giving you the idea that if you suffer, there will always be a payoff, which is not the case, because sometimes we don't even need to suffer, and sometimes there isn't a payoff. But here it will just be like you kind of, your intentions were pure, and the universe helped you get to the blessings. And again, we have the birds over here. So I feel like there's this energy of being able to free to do what you want to do, of being able to feel free to express yourself. There's something about being able to fly again. Show me more. Learning to trust yourself, learning to trust. Yeah, I see you guys stop trusting people, option number 3. And it's kind of sad because you kind of always expect somebody to show their like shitty side to you. Like even if somebody's really nice and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna give you time to show your true self. And the thing is, they always did. But here it's like this different energy where you're learning to trust. You're learning to trust people again. And here again we have simplicity. You guys, I don't know if you have a wolf or maybe a crow or a robin or an eagle or some sort of other bird, maybe tattooed on like some part of your body or as your spiritual guide, or you associate with them in one way or another. But you have very strong spiritual guides when it comes to animal kingdom. I feel some of you guys over here, you might be telling me, yeah, Blush Lily, I prefer to be with animals rather than with people. I find animals more trustworthy than people. Yeah, you're going to be meeting some pure souls. And doesn't mean that there aren't going to be any disappointments or arguments or anything like this. Of course there is, we're all human. But you are going to be meeting some pure souls. And it's time to release. You guys, similar to option number 2, you guys are going to be releasing a lot of things. Keeping it simple. Keeping it simple, and I don't know if some of you guys are into being like a minimalist over here, because this is what they're showing me. You guys are going to let go of a lot of things where you're going to be feeling free. Some of you guys are going to be selling your flat or your house and maybe traveling for some time. Maybe going to South America, or going to Asia, or going to Japan or South Korea. Obviously when things kind of get better when it comes to traveling. This is a timeless reading, yeah. Let's see what else is coming through. What's next when it comes to your spirituality? Option number 3. The Yang energy, nice. The energy of the sun, the energy of prosperity, proactivity, expression, doing and forward motion. Yeah, being able and being free to move somewhere, to go somewhere. I don't know if you guys have been thinking of relocating, wanting to live abroad, wanting to live in America, wanting to live in Canada, wanting to move maybe to Dubai, or already being in Dubai and wanting to move somewhere else. Egypt is coming through very strongly. Wanting to move to a different state. Maybe Hawaii for some of you. Somewhere with what you call them, a volcano. Some island somewhere. But you guys are becoming more proactive. And with the energy of the yang, it's like the sun is shining down on you, illuminating the path. And with simplicity and purity, it's the energy of the simplest answer is usually the right one. The simplest way is usually the right one. Like they keep saying, keep it simple, keep it pure. And surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. You guys are going to be learning to become more fluid, more flexible, more adaptable. And they're also showing you that you're not going to try and prove things to people anymore. And you're not going to have to feel that you have to explain yourself anymore, for sure. And last card. Some of you guys could be Taurus. Beautiful. Trust, patience, and sensuality. So again, we are having the energy of trust, right? Being patient with yourself, being patient with the blessings that are coming through, and exploring your sensuality. And this is what I've been talking about when it came to your love reading. All right, lovely. Option number 3. This is where I'm going to do pick a card reading. Don't forget to claim its magic in the comments below by saying I claim it or it resonated. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button so don't miss out any of the other upcoming videos. If you guys are up for a personal reading, do send me an email. The email is in the description box below the video, together with a link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. I'm wishing you guys all the best. Take care of your amazing selves and stay safe out there. Bye now.